What if Honda took their middleweight street fighter game up several notches, keeping raw power, adding sharper styling and modern tech, but still making it approachable for everyday riding? That's what the 2026 Honda CB750, aka CB750 Hornet in some markets, aims to be. And at the end of this video, I share a little twist optional feature that might make this CB750 even more irresistible. Welcome back to Z Auto Advisor, your go-to channel for motorcycle deep dives, spec breakdowns, and what's real versus what's hype. Today we're riding through everything about the 2026 Honda CB750. What's new, what's expected, what it delivers, and whether it lives up to the legacy. Honda recently reintroduced the CB750 Hornet in markets like India and Malaysia. It's not exactly the same CB750 of old, nor is it the classic inline-4 from the 1970s, but it is positioned in the middleweight street fighter naked category, delivering strong performance with modern touches. Engine, 755cc parallel twin, liquid-cooled, with an 8-valve unicam head. Power, 90 HP, 67.5 kW at 9,500 RPM. Torque, 75 Nm at 7,250 RPM. Transmission, 6-speed gearbox, with assist and slipper clutch. Suspension, front uses Showa SFF-BP USD forks. Rear uses Honda's ProLink monoshock. Brakes, dual radial mount 4-piston calipers up front with dual disc front setup. Rear disc brake. LED lighting, modern LED projector headlamp. So, the 2026 CB750 Hornet is already available, or at least launched in several markets with solid modern spec. Some markets call it the CB750, some Hornet. For clarity, I'll often say CB750 or Hornet, because they refer to the same base model. While many specs carry from 2025 onwards, the 2026 model brings refinements in design, feel, and rider experience. Key new or upgraded features include updated styling, sharper, more aggressive tank shrouds, dual LED projector headlights, restyled bodywork to stand out in traffic, suspension tuning. The front forks, Showa SFF-BP USD, are tuned with better front-end feel. The rear suspension has slightly revised damping or response to improve cornering stability and comfort. Electronics and rider aids, multiple ride modes, sport, standard, rain, plus user siren customizable mode, engine braking controls, traction control, HSTC, wheelie control, display and connectivity. A 5-inch TFT cluster remains, with enhancements like optical bonding for better visibility in sunlight, smartphone connectivity, Honda Road Sync in some markets, cleaner UI, accessibility. Despite larger displacement, seat height and tank design have been shaped to make it more accessible for a wider range of riders. The tank is narrower than previous designs, helping riders touch the ground more easily. So the upgrades are mostly in usability, style, and electronics, not large leaps in engine architecture, which is good, because the base platform seems solid. Here's a summarized spec sheet based on what Honda has confirmed, plus what seems reliably consistent. Engine type 755cc parallel twin, liquid-cooled, 8-valve unicam, 270 crank, max power, 90 HP, 9,500 RPM, max torque, 75 Nm, 7,250 RPM, transmission, 6-speed, assist and slipper clutch, front suspension Showa, SFF-BP USD forks, approx travel, 130 mi in some markets, rear suspension, ProLink monoshock, rear travel approx 150 mm in many sources, Rex dual, front disc with radial mount 4-piston calipers, rear disc, full LED lighting, wheels, tires, front tire, 20/70/17, rear use was 60/60/17 in many reported markets, seat height approx 795 mm varies by market, curb weight reported in some places, 190 kilos, varies by market, features, fuel tank, 15.2 liters in reported markets, ride modes and electronics, multiple modes, TBC, sport, standard, rain. engine braking control, traction, wheelie control, TFT display, etc. Based on what's confirmed, here's how the CB750 likely performs in real life. The torquey curve is friendly, especially in low to mid RPM. The assist-to-slipper clutch makes stop and go smoother. Gear shifts lighter and helps when decelerating aggressively. Handling should feel agile thanks to reasonably light weight, 190 calories, relatively narrow profile, and modern suspension. Twisty roads, back roads. The upgraded front suspension and sharp front-end styling improve feedback in turns. The 17 front-rear wheel combo, where applicable, gives stability and good tire choices. Riders will appreciate the confidence in cornering. Highway cruising. At highway speeds, the 755cc engine should have enough power to cruise comfortably without feeling over-revved. That said, wind protection is minimal on a naked bike, so sustained highway high-speed riding will expose the rider more to elements. Night, rain conditions, LED lighting. Ride modes including rain, traction control will help. Visibility improvements with projector LEDs and better headlamp design help in dark or wet conditions. To be fair, no bike is perfect. CB750 has strong positives, but also areas where riders might wish for more. Power and character. The 270-degree crank parallel twin gives a more characterful pulse than a typical parallel twin, making it lively and engaging. Modern features, electronics and display tech are strong for its class. Styling, aggressive. Modern Street Fighter cues which help it stand out. Balance, not overly heavy, but still with enough substance to feel solid. Versatility, good for city, occasional highway, spirited rides. Lack of wind protection, naked bikes always suffer at high speed. Could benefit from optional fly screen or fairing accessory. Seat comfort on long rides, since naked. Ergonomics may favor shorter durations unless accessories or comfort seat fitted. Fuel range, though 15-16 liters is decent. Heavy throttle or riding aggressive will lower mileage. Price, depending on the market, adding features raises the price. Value proposition depends heavily on region, dealerships, port. Compared to earlier CB750 or Hornet versions, 2026 models bring slight improvements in styling. Front-end lighting, projector LED for night visibility. Refined suspension feel. Improved feedback and agility. Possibly tweaks to damping. Better display readability under sunlight. Optical bonding in TFT. Slight ergonomics improvements. Tank shape. Seat profile. Made more accessible. So 2026 is more of a refinement year. Polishing what works rather than radical overhaul. Here's where CB750 or Hornet could add surprise features or options that would elevate it beyond its class. Quick shifter, currently optional in many markets. Making a seamless up-downshift standard or in higher trims would please sporty riders. Some sources point to quick shifter being offered as accessory. Accessory fly screen, touring pack. For riders who occasionally do highway stretches or longer rides, a small windscreen or touring seat accessory could make a big difference. Luggage options, pannier or rack accessories factory offering to strengthen road touring capability. Lower seat variant. A lower seat height version for riders shorter than average would open up accessibility. Enhanced rider aids, perhaps more refined traction control modes, or optional cornering ABS if not standard. If Honda includes any of these as standard or affordable options, it'll boost the CB750's desirability. In 2026, the CB750 Hornet, CB750's main competition comes from middleweight naked street fighter road bikes. Yamaha MT-07, MT-09 or similar, KTM 790, 890, Duke Triumph Trident, Z162R Suzuki GSX-CSC Kawasaki, ZX50, Z50 where available, CB750s. Strong power, 990 HP. There's many rivals in I. To an 800+ C bracket is good. Electronics. Package is competitive but perhaps modest versus premium. Street fighters in my Hondas. Reliability and service network are major pluses. Its best value proposition lies in a balanced mix of performance plus, everyday usability plus, Honda quality. At Z Auto Advisor, Our take is that the 2026 Honda CB750 Hornet is one of the stronger offerings in the mid-naked tarnked street fighter class. Has enough grunt for both city and highway. Comes with modern rider aids without overcomplicated tech. Offers good value, parts, and reliability. For riders who do a lot of highway miles or want touring comfort or wind protection, you might want accessories or look at more adventure touring style bikes. But as a daily ride plus fun weekend machine, CB750 delivers very well. If this deep dive helped you understand the 2026 CB750 Hornet better, hit like, share this with your motorcycle friends. And don't forget to subscribe to Z Auto Advisor so you stay updated on new launches, comparisons, and rider-focused reviews. Now, I want to hear from you. What feature would be a deal breaker or must-have for the CB750 in your riding? Quick shifter, touring pack, comfort seat, adjustable windscreen. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's build that perfect spec together.